Today, let me tell you about a real lake monster. It's not the famous Loch Ness monster, but a mysterious creature from Storsjön, also known as the Great Lake in Sweden. Storsjön is located in the province of Jämtland and is the fifth largest lake in Sweden, covering 179 square miles. The lake is surrounded by winding trails and beautiful, untouched nature, making it a paradise for hikers and outdoor lovers. However, beneath the calm surface of this tranquil lake lies an old legend, a tale about a lake monster that has captivated and frightened those who love to explore the unknown. The legend of the Storsjön Lake Monster goes back as far as 1635. It was then that a church minister named Mogens Pedersen recorded a story about the monster's origin. The story goes that a long time ago, two trolls named Jata and Kata stood at the edge of Storsjön, brewing a magic potion in a large cauldron. They stirred it for days, weeks, even years, unsure of what it would create. One evening, strange sounds emerged from the pot, wailing, moaning, and cries. Suddenly, with a loud bang, a black creature leaped from the cauldron and disappeared into the lake. The creature had a cat-like head and a long black snake-like body. It quickly adapted to the lake, swimming freely and terrifying the local residents. Over time, it grew larger and larger, until it became so big that it could wrap around Frösön Island in the lake and even bite its own tail. According to legend, a magician named Ketil Runske carved a powerful spell on a rune stone to bind the monster to the bottom of the lake, and the stone still stands by the lake with an engraving of the creature. The magic spell ensures that the monster remains trapped unless someone is able to understand and read the ancient runes. Despite the belief that the runestone spell had bound the monster, sightings of the creature continued throughout the years. Starting in the 19th century, these stories became popular topics of conversation. In 1839, Aaron Anderson and his friend saw a strange creature in Hakas. It had reddish-gray skin, a horse-like head, and a white mane, swimming in the lake before moving away. In 1857, workers at the ironworks by the lake saw a creature with a cat-like head and a snake-like body that made a large wake in the water. In 1893, sisters Marta and Karin Olsen were washing clothes by the lake when they saw a creature's head rise from the water. In panic, they threw stones at it, but the creature swam toward them, forcing them to flee. The sisters watched as the creature eventually submerged again. In 1894, Maria Helene, an amusement park owner, became interested in the stories of the lake monster. She decided to gather a group to try and capture the mysterious creature. They brought a whaling ship equipped with a large metal cage and baited it with pork in hopes of catching the monster. Despite their efforts, the hunt ended in failure, which only added to the creature's mystique. Even in the 20th century, sightings of the lake monster didn't stop. In 1989, pilot Don Maxwell had an encounter while flying over Storsjön on a cold morning. The lake's surface began to churn, and he saw a massive black body emerge with 5 large humps like segments of a creature. The front hump had fine hair, and it looked more like a serpent than anything mechanical. As they locked eyes, the creature let out a deafening hiss, almost causing Maxwell to lose control of the plane, but he managed to stabilize it and returned safely. Since that day, Maxwell, who was once a skeptic, became a firm believer in the existence of something mysterious in the lake. The legend of the lake monster continued into the 1990s. In 1996, gunner Britt Widmark captured footage of a 33 to 39-foot-long creature while boating on the lake. In 1997, Elin and Cecilia Hembreus saw the creature while swimming near Tipskar Island. They saw its head and a curved section of its body just 30 feet away. The head resembled that of a horse, with black eyes on either side, and the body had large scales like armor. In 2000, a woman in Brunflo saw a dark, snake-like creature about 25 feet long swimming near the shore. And in 2008, a film crew claimed to have captured the lake monster on infrared cameras, showing an image of a heat-emitting creature. The many sightings of the Storsjön Lake Monster have made the lake a place full of mystery. There are now 8 observation points around the lake for visitors and researchers to use where the monster has reportedly been seen. There is also a museum dedicated to the lake monster and an interactive research center where visitors can learn more about it. Surprisingly, the lake monster even gained protected status as an endangered species in 1986, though this protection was lifted in 2005. The peaceful Storsjön attracts many campers in the summer, and some have had terrifying experiences they never expected. One summer night, a camper near the lake heard strange, low groaning sounds coming from the water, as if some giant creature was moving beneath the surface. The eerie noises continued on and off, mixed with a deep moaning sound. Feeling nervous, he grabbed a flashlight and approached the lake to investigate. The beam of light swept across the water, which seemed calm at first, but soon began to ripple. Suddenly, he saw a pair of glowing eyes staring at him from the water, cold and unsettling. His heart raced as a shiver ran down his spine. Before he could react, the lake erupted with violent splashes, and a huge shadow glided beneath the surface, sending waves crashing against the shore. The camper could barely make out the size of the creature, but it was clear it was enormous, like something that could tear through the water. Terrified, the camper ran back to his campsite. Though his tent was close to the lake, the sounds of the splashing water and eerie howling seemed to follow him. Huddled in his tent, he trembled in fear, trying not to make a sound, praying for the nightmare to end. He didn't sleep at all that night, and the experience left a deep mark on him, one he would never forget. The story ends in mystery. Is the Storsjön Lake monster just a product of ancient legends, or could it be a real creature that has yet to be discovered? Despite countless sightings and attempts to uncover the truth, its existence remains an enigma. The rune stone by the lake still stands, seemingly guarding the secrets of the water. Perhaps humanity doesn't need to solve every mystery. Some things are beautiful because they remain unknown, reminding us to keep a sense of wonder and respect for the unknown. The legend of the Storsjön Lake monster is not just a story, it's also a journey into the mysteries of the world and a symbol of our respect for nature. The lake remains still as it has for centuries, and maybe, somewhere in its dark depths, the lake monster waits for another curious soul to catch a fleeting glimpse of it.